Jake Harrison was the kind of man people often underestimated. He grew up in the small American town of Redstone Ridge, where the mountains were tall, the winters were brutal, and the people believed in hard work more than fancy words. His father, Daniel Harrison, was a firefighter with 27 years of service. His mother, Grace, was a school nurse known for her kindness. From them, Jake learned two things. Courage is a choice, and helping others is a responsibility. At 28, Jake worked as an emergency response volunteer while managing a small automotive garage with his best friend, Miles. Life was simple, peaceful, and predictable, until one event changed everything and pushed Jake into a journey that proved what true bravery really means. It began on a warm July afternoon. Redstone Ridge was preparing for its annual summer festival, a time when families gathered in the town square for food, music, and fireworks. Children ran around holding ice cream cones, seniors chatted on wooden benches, and vendors shouted cheerful invitations. Jake was helping set up the stage lights when he heard a distant rumbling sound, like thunder, but the sky was clear. Within minutes, smoke began rising from the north side of town. A thick, dark column spiraled upward, spreading fast. People froze, staring at the sky with confusion and fear. "Is that the Ridgewood Forest?" someone whispered. Jake's heart dropped. Ridgewood Forest bordered a small neighborhood known as Lakeview Heights. If the fire spread, dozens of families would be trapped. Without hesitation, Jake grabbed his emergency radio. "This is Harrison. I see heavy smoke north of town. I'm heading there now." He didn't wait for permission. He sprinted to his truck, jumped in, and sped toward the smoke. As he approached the forest road, he saw the flames, towering and violent, consuming everything in their path. The fire was moving fast, pushed by dry winds and weeks of drought. Embers flew like burning snow, landing on rooftops and trees. Jake slammed on the brakes and jumped out. One of the first houses he reached belonged to the Cooper family. Their truck was still in the driveway, but the door was wide open. "Mr. Cooper! Mrs. Cooper!" Jake shouted. No response. He ran inside. Heat pressed down like a heavy blanket. Furniture crackled and smoke curled through the hallways. Suddenly, he heard a faint cough. Jake raced toward the sound and found little Ellie Cooper, a 7-year-old girl hiding under the kitchen table, clutching her teddy bear. Her face was streaked with soot and tears streamed down her cheeks. I can't find Mommy." Jake scooped her into his arms. "We're getting out of here, sweetheart. Hold on tight." The flames were spreading fast. Jake shielded Ellie with his jacket as he pushed through the smoke-filled hallway. The roof creaked, threatening to collapse. When they reached the front door, a fiery beam fell, blocking the exit. Jake didn't panic. He rushed toward the back window, shattered the glass with his elbow, and lifted Ellie through it, before climbing out himself. Once outside, he carried her across the field, away from the flames. Ellie sobbed into his shoulder. "You're safe now," Jake whispered, though his own lungs burned with every breath. After delivering Ellie to a paramedic team, Jake didn't stop. There were more families trapped. For the next 2 hours, Jake became a force of nature. He kicked open doors, guided elderly neighbors to safety, pulled pets out of burning houses, and helped firefighters control evacuation routes. His clothes were soaked in sweat, ash, and smoke, but he refused to rest. Then came the call that would define everything. "Jake, we have a missing firefighter, Captain Morales. He's trapped near the collapsed lookout tower." A voice crackled through the radio. Captain Alex Morales wasn't just a firefighter. He was Jake's mentor, the man who had trained him, encouraged him, and believed in him. Without hesitation, Jake responded, "I'm going in." The area was a nightmare of collapsing trees, flying embers, and blazing heat. The lookout tower had been swallowed by flames just minutes earlier. Jake crawled beneath fallen beams, shielding himself from burning branches. Sweat rolled into his eyes, but he pushed forward. Finally, he heard a weak groan. "Alex, can you hear me?" "I'm here," Captain Morales gasped, pinned beneath a charred beam. His leg was twisted and he could barely move. Jake examined the beam. It was heavy, burning at the edges, and dangerously unstable. Still, he planted his feet, grabbed the wood, and lifted with every ounce of strength he had. "Come on! Come on!" Jake roared. The beam shifted, just enough for Morales to drag himself free. Both men collapsed onto the ash-covered ground, coughing violently. "You shouldn't have come," Morales choked out. Jake gave a tired smile. Then you don't know me very well. Jake hauled Morales onto his back and